Dear students, today we will discuss one of the beautiful poem, historical poem, Upaguptha. Do you know the story of Angulimala? Before you read of this poem, have you know the story of Angulimala? Who was Angulimala? Angulimala was one of the cruel person. He wore the thumb garland in the neck. He wants thumbs. Whoever came to his opposite, he wants to him thumbs. Cut the thumbs and wear the garlands. That is his character. Here, look at the picture given there. What comes to your mind when you see this picture? Dear students, see the picture in your textbook. The three persons are standing in one side, opposite side. One of the person is stood there. Opposite person is called one of the cruel person because he cut hold of one of the blade, one of the sharp knife. Therefore, we should think to him he was one of the cruel or one of the bad man of that picture. In that situation, there is one forest. He walking the footpath in the forest. Buddha and their disciples, and his opposite came to the Angulimala. Angulimala is cut hold one of the sharp knife. Who came to his opposite? He ran to this and he cut hold the thumbs. Do you think it? And write briefly of this story. ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಂತಹ ಬುದ್ಧ ಮತ್ತು ಅಂಗುಲಿಮಾಲನ ಒಂದು ಕಥೆಯನ್ನ ಸರಳವಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬಯಸ್ತೇನೆ. ಬುದ್ಧ ಒಬ್ಬ ಸನ್ಯಾಸಿ, ಬೌದ್ಧ ಧರ್ಮದ ಸ್ಥಾಪಕ. ಅವನ ಒಂದು ಕಾಡಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ. ಹೋಗುವ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನ ಎದುರಿಗೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಬಂದ. ಅವನ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಚಾಕು ಅಥವಾ ಮಚ್ಚು, ಲಾಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಕರಿತೇವೆ, ಅದಿತ್ತು. ಅವನ ಕೊರಳಲ್ಲಿ ಹೆಬ್ಬೆರಳಿನ ಮಾಲೆ ಇತ್ತು. ಆ ಹೆಬ್ಬೆರಳುಗಳು ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬಂದವು? ಅಂಗುಲಿಮಾಲನ ಎದುರಿಗೆ ಯಾರಾದರೂ ಬಂದರೆ ತಕ್ಷಣವೇ ಅವರನ್ನ ಬೆನ್ನಟ್ಟಿ ಹೆಬ್ಬೆರಳನ್ನು ಕತ್ತರಿಸಿ ತನ್ನ ಕೊರಳಿಗೆ ಮಾಲೆಯನ್ನು ಹಾಕಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂತಹ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದ. ಹೀಗೆ ಇರುವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಸಾರಿ ಬುದ್ಧ ಮತ್ತು ಅವನ ಶಿಷ್ಯರು ಎದುರಿಗೆ ಬಂದರು. ತಕ್ಷಣವೇ ಅಂಗುಲಿಮಾಲ ಬುದ್ಧನನ್ನ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ನಿಲ್ಲು, ನನಗೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಹೆಬ್ಬೆರಳು ಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ, ತಕ್ಷಣವೇ ಕೊಡು ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಆಗ ಬುದ್ಧ ಏನೂ ಕೂಡ ಮಾತನಾಡದೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಹೆಬ್ಬೆರಳನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟ. ಆಗ ಅಂಗುಲಿಮಾಲನಿಗೆ ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯವಾಯಿತು. ನನ್ನನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರೂ ಕೂಡ ಹೆದರಿ ಓಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಇವನು ಯಾರು? ಕೇಳಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣವೇ ಹೆಬ್ಬೆರಳನ್ನು ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿದ್ಧನಾದ್ನಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯವಾಯಿತು. ಆಗ ಆಳವಾಗಿ ಯೋಚಿಸಿ, ಇವನು ಯಾರು? ಸಾಧ್ವಿಯೇ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಸನ್ಯಾಸಿಯೇ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಸಾಧಕನೇ ಇರಬೇಕು ಎನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಆಲೋಚನೆ ಅವನಿಗೆ ಬಂದು ಆಳವಾಗಿ ಯೋಚಿಸಿ ಕೊನೆಗೆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಗಳನ್ನು ಬೆನ್ನಟ್ಟಿ ಹೆಬ್ಬೆರಳನ್ನು ಕತ್ತರಿಸಿ ಮಾಲೆಯನ್ನು ಹಾಕಿಕೊಳ್ಳುವಂತಹ ಕೃತ್ಯವನ್ನ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬುದ್ಧನ ಒಬ್ಬ ಶಿಷ್ಯನಾಗಿ ಬದಲಾದ. ಒಬ್ಬ ಕ್ರೂರ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಸಾಧು ಸಂತನಾದ, ಸಾಧ್ವಿಯಾದ, ಸಂಪನ್ನನಾದ ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಕತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಂತದ್ದು. ಈ ಕಥೆಯನ್ನೇ ಕೂಡ ಆಧರಿಸಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ಒಬ್ಬ ಬುದ್ಧನ ಸನ್ಯಾಸಿಯ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯ ಕಥೆಯನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಲಾಗಿದೆ. The story is explains one of the disciple of Buddha. He was called Upaguptha. Name of the poem is called Upaguptha. This poem is written by Rabindranath Tagore. Who is Rabindranath Tagore? Rabindranath Tagore was one of the poet, author, and good writer. Good writer. And he wrote one of the famous anthem of our country, Jana Gana Mana. He wrote Jana Gana Mana. This is one of the national anthem. Now, in the school, we are singing before the class should be begin. Begin the class, we are pray to the prayer hall, Jana Gana Mana. He wrote so many books. There is one of the famous book, Gitanjali. The collections of poems. He was awarded the Nobel Prize. Of this book, Gitanjali. So, he is very famous poet in India. Introduction of this poem. This poem is about the story of a Buddhist monk, Upaguptha, a disciple of Lord Buddha and the dancing girl of Mathura, Vasudhata. Vasudhata was a famous and beautiful dancing girl. She was proud of her beauty, youth, and her wealth. Upaguptha was an ascetic, an epitome of kindness, wisdom, and selflessness. One dark night while walking, Vasudhata stumbles over the body of Upaguptha, who was sleeping on the dusty ground. One of the beautiful story of Upaguptha. He was one of the ascetic saint, disciple of Buddha. Upaguptha is a very famous person. In these stories narrated by the city of Mathura, the situation of the sleeping on the ground of Upaguptha, and explained the beautiful dancing girl Vasudhata. Do you know this story? You see the poem. Upaguptha, the disciple of Buddha, lay asleep on the dust by the city wall of Mathura. Lamps were all out, doors were all shut, and stars were all hidden by the murky sky of August. Whose feet were those tinkling with anklets, touching his breast on his saddle? He woke up startled at the light from a woman's lamp struck his forgiving eyes. It was the dancing girl, starred with jewels, wearing a pale blue mantle, drunk with the wine of her youth. She lowered her lamp and saw the young face austerely beautiful. "Forgive me, ascetic, young ascetic," said the woman. "Graciously come to my house. The dust hearth is not fit bed for you." The young ascetic answered, "Woman, go on the way, go on your way." "When the time is ripe, I will come to you." Suddenly the black night showed its teeth in a flash of lightning. The storm growled from the corner of the city, and the women trembled in fear of some unknown danger. Could you see the narrating story of Upaguptha? Who is Upaguptha? The disciple of Buddha. Disciple. Upaguptha is a disciple of Buddha. One of the beautiful person, one of the ascetic. He once lay asleep on the dust by the city wall of Mathura. The famous cities in the historical story, Anga, Vanga, Mathura, Ujjaini, Avanti. So many cities are famous. Education centers, historical places. Here is one of the city, Mathura. Where did he sleep? Student. He was sleeping on the dusty wall of the city of Mathura. You see the situation of the Buddha. He was asleep on the dust by the city wall of Mathura. Could you observe what kind of situation? What was the position of his sleep? They were asleep in the city wall of Mathura. The time of the night, lamps were all out in the city wall of Mathura. The city is full of lights were out. Doors were all shut. In all of the houses, doors were shut. And the stars were all hidden by the murky sky of August. Stars. In the sky, the stars were all hidden in the murky sky of August. All hidden. Hidden means disappeared. In the sky of the city. The city situation is full of lamps were all out. All of the houses were door shut and stars were all hidden by the sky, murky sky of August. This situation, this position, the dancing girl, whose feet were those tinkling with hand plates. Whose feet were those tinkling? Those were tinkling. ಹಾಗೆ ಓಡಾಡುವಂತಹ ಸಂದರ್ಭ. Whose feet? ಆಕೆಯ ಪಾದದ ಶಬ್ದ. were those tinkling with pamphlets. Pamphlets means ಹಿಮ್ಮಡಿ. ಹಿಮ್ಮಡಿಯ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಂತಹ ಭಾಗ. ಕಿಳಿ ಕಿಳಿ ನಾದವನ್ನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾ ಆಕೆಯ ಕಾಲುಗಳು ಗೆಜ್ಜೆಯ ಸದ್ದನ್ನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾ ಹೊರಟಿದ್ದವು. Touching his breast of a sudden, he was walking the side of the roads, but his feet were touched his breast of a sudden. ಆಕೆಯ ಪಾದ ಅವನ ಶರೀರಕ್ಕೆ ತಕ್ಷಣವೇ ಟಚ್ಚಾಯಿತು, ಮುಟ್ಟಲ್ಪಟ್ಟಿತು. He woke up startled. He woke up startled. ತಕ್ಷಣವೇ ಉಪಗುಪ್ತನಿಗೆ ಎಚ್ಚರವಾಯಿತು. ಎಚ್ಚರವಾದಾಗ ಈ startled means ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯವಾಯಿತು. ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೀಮ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ಪ್ರೈಸ್ಡ್. ಬಹಳ ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯವಾಯಿತು. ಏನಿದು ಇಷ್ಟು ಕತ್ತಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದು ಇದು ಬಳಿದಂತಹ ಶಬ್ದ? ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯವಾಗಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. He woke up startled, and the light from a woman's lamp struck his forgiving eyes. Who was dressing her? Vasavadatta. Vasavadatta is a dancing girl. What kind of girl? She is very beautiful youngster. She was worn a good golden ornaments with the jewels, and also looked like a very beautiful girl. She is a dancing girl in the city of Mathura, and also famous girl. He woke up startled in the light from a woman's lamp, which she is also a got hold of one of the lamp. Suddenly she saw the Upaguptha, struck his forgiving eyes. Forgiving his eyes. ತಕ್ಷಣವೇ ಹಾಕಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಕ್, ಆಕೆಯ ಕಾಲು ಅವನಿಗೆ ಮುಟ್ಟಲ್ಪಟ್ಟಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಸಂದರ್ಭ. ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ ಇಸ್ ಫಾರ್ಗಿವಿಂಗ್ ಐಸ್. ಕಣ್ಣಿಂದ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ. ನೋಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣವೇ ಫಾರ್ಗಿವಿಂಗ್. ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ದ ಡ್ಯಾನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಗರ್ಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಡ್ ವಿತ್ jewels. Who is she? She is a dancing girl, and she is also a starred with jewels. Starred with jewels. She was not a shining girl. How did she shine? One of the star. ನಕ್ಷತ್ರ ಪಡೆದಂತೆ ಹೊಳೆಯುವಂತಹ ಒಬ್ಬ ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಗಳು ವಾಸವದತ್ತ. ಬ್ಯೂಟಿಫುಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್. And also wearing beautiful ornaments, beautiful jewels with highlights. ಕಾಲಲ್ಲಿ ಗೆಜ್ಜೆ, ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬಳೆಗಳು, ಮುಖದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಿವಿ, ಕೊರಳಲ್ಲಿ ಒಡವೆಗಳು, ಹಣೆಯ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಸುಂದರವಾದಂತಹ ಏರ್ ಬೆಂಡ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಿರಲ್ಲ ಅಂತದ್ದನ್ನು ಹಾಕಿಕೊಂಡಿರುವಂತಹ ದೃಶ್ಯ. She wearing a pale blue mantle. ಮೈ ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಸುಂದರವಾದಂತಹ ಗೌನ್, ಮ್ಯಾಂಟಲ್, ಬ್ಲೂ ಮ್ಯಾಂಟಲ್. Loose cloth, especially in the past. ಸಡಿಲವಾದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಬಟ್ಟೆಯನ್ನು ಮೈ ಮೇಲೆ ಹಾಕಿಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಳು. ಹೇಗಿದ್ದಳು ಆಕೆ? wearing a pale blue mantle, drunk with the wine. drunk with the wine, proud of her youth and beauty, of her youth, proud of her youth, Yuvati, and also a Sundari, and with her youth, Yuvati, ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಪ್ರೌಢಿಮೆಯನ್ನು ಹೊಂದಿರುವಂತಹ ಸಕ್ಕಿನಿಂದ ಮೆರೆಯುವಂತಹ ಒಬ್ಬ ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಆಗಿದ್ದಳು. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ ಸಕ್ಕು ಎನ್ನುವುದು ಕೂಡ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಇತ್ತು. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ರೂಪ ಮತ್ತು ಯೌವನ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಇದರಿಂದ ಆಕೆ ಆ ಒಂದು ಸಕ್ಕಿನಿಂದ ಮದವನ್ನು ಹೇರಿದಂತಹ ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಅವಳು ಆಗಿದ್ದಳು. She lowered her lamp and saw the young face, austerely beautiful. So, she lowered her lamp and saw the young face. She lowered her lamp. She is coupled off the lamp. When she touched the deck, then she suddenly saw to the sleeping person. How did she? He was young ascetic. He was young ascetic. Lowered the lamp. ತನ್ನಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ಬೆಳಕಿನ ದೀಪವನ್ನು ಕೆಳಗೆ ತಗ್ಗಿಸಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ. The young face. He was not a young person. Was a young person? Upaguptha is a young person. And how did he? He is austerely beautiful. He is austerely beautiful. ತಪಸ್ಸಿಯ ಒಂದು ಸರಳವಾದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಸುಂದರತೆ ಅವನಲ್ಲಿತ್ತು. ಅವನೊಬ್ಬ ತಪಸ್ವಿ, ಸನ್ಯಾಸಿ. ಅವನ ಮುಖ ಚರ್ಯವು ಕೂಡ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸುಂದರವಾಗಿ ಇತ್ತು. ಆ ಮುಖವನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದಳು. ಯಂಗ್ ಫೇಸ್, ಇನ್ನೂ ಯುವಕ, ನೋಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸುಂದರವಾದಂತಹ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಎ ಆಸ್ಟರ್ಲಿ, ತಪಸ್ವಿಯೂ ಕೂಡ ಆದಂತಹ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯಾಗಿ ಈಕೆಗೆ ಕಂಡು ಬಂದ. Then, forgive me, young ascetic. Forgive me, young ascetic. Reference context. Who said this? To whom was it said? In which lesson? In which poem? This line. See, could you observe? One of the ask you reference contest. Forgive me, young ascetic. Who said this? The dancing girl said this. To whom was it said? Said this to ascetic or Upaguptha. In which poem comes this line? Tell the poem Upaguptha. Very easy to have the 3 marks. Reference to context of this poem. Forgive me, young ascetic, said the woman. Graciously, very kindly, graciously come to my house. The dusty earth is not fit bed for you. Forgive me, young ascetic, said the woman. What did she demand? Graciously come to my house. graciously come to my house. Very, very kindly, very mercifully, very, very truly. Please, please come to my house. The dusty earth is not fit bed for you. Requested to him. The dancing girl is requested to the Upaguptha. Oh man, why are you sleeping here? This is not fit bed for you. Please come to my house. Graciously come to my house. She is requested to him. You see, ಬೆಳಕನ್ನು ಹಿಡಿದು ಅವನ ಮುಖವನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದ ನಂತರ ಡ್ಯಾನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಗರ್ಲ್ ವಾಸವದತ್ತ ಕೋರಿಕೆಯನ್ನ ಇಟ್ಟಳು. ನೀವು ಮಲಗುವ ಜಾಗ ಇದಾಗ ಬನ್ನಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗೆ. ಈ ಧೂಳಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಏಕೆ ಮಲಗಿದ್ದೀರಿ? ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ಮೈ ಹೌಸ್ ಅಂತ ಆಕೆ ಅವನಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಷಮಾಪಣೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡಳು. The dusty earth is not fit bed for you. The young ascetic answered, man, go on your way. Also this is one of the Parsi. Man, go on your way. Who said this? Dancing girl said this. To whom was it? Said this to the Upaguptha. Why did she said? Upaguptha is sleeping on the dusty land, dusty road. Therefore she did it. This is not suitable place. You come to my house. She requested to him, heartily requested to him. But Upaguptha answered what? Man, go on your way. The young ascetic said. The young ascetic answered. ಆಕೆ ಕೇಳಿದ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಂತಹ ಉತ್ತರ. Man, go on your way. ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಗಳೇ, ನಿನ್ನ ದಾರಿಯನ್ನು ಹಿಡಿದುಕೊಂಡು ನೀನು ಹೋಗು ಅಂತ ಉತ್ತರವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಂತಹ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಉಪಗುಪ್ತ. When the time is right, I will come to you. When the time is right. When the time is right, I will come to you. When the time is right, I will come to you. Right. What is the meaning of right? Situations. ಸಂದರ್ಭ, ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶ ಅಂತಹ ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶ ಬಂದಾಗ ನಾನು ಭೇಟಿಯಾಗುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ವೆನ್ ದ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಸ್ ರೈಟ್, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಟು ಯು. Suddenly the black night showed its teeth. The time is night. And he answered to her, when the time is right, I will come to you. Then she observed to him. The night showed its teeth in a flash of lightning. ಅವನು ಮಾತನಾಡಿದಾಗ ಅವನ ಹಲ್ಲುಗಳು ಮಿಂಚಿನಂತೆ ಹೊಳೆದವು. ಮಿಂಚು ಹೇಗೆ ಕಂಡು ಬರುತ್ತೋ ಆ ಕತ್ತಲಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಕೂಡ ಅವನ ಹಲ್ಲುಗಳು ಅವನ ಬಾಯಿಂದ ಕಂಡು ಬಂದವು. ದಿಸ್ ಸಿಚುಯೇಷನ್ ಶಿ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ಡ್ ಟು ಹಿಮ್. And also the storm growled. The storm growled. Storm. At that time, when he answered to her, when the time is right, I will come to you. Suddenly the lightning storm will be stopped. The storm growled from the corner of the sky. One of the direction start with the lightning with storm. Then, and the woman trembled in fear of some unknown danger. The woman trembled. Tremble means shake. She was very fear because of lightning and storm will start in one side. Then she knows what was the situation, what is the position. The woman trembled in fear of some unknown danger. She knows. Flash it. Any danger will come to my land. The storm growled from the corner of the sky, and the woman trembled. The woman trembled in fear of some unknown danger. ಯಾವಾಗ ಇವರಿಬ್ಬರ ಸಂಭಾಷಣೆ ಆದ ನಂತರ ತಕ್ಷಣವೇ ಮಿಂಚು ಗುಡುಗುಗಳ ಸದ್ದು ಕೇಳಿ ಬಂತು ಒಂದು ದಿಕ್ಕಿನಿಂದ. Then she suddenly flashed. ಏನು ಆಪತ್ತು ಕಾಲಿದೆ, ಏನೋ ತೊಂದರೆಗೆ ಸಿಲುಕುತ್ತೇನೆ ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಅನುಮಾನ ಆಕೆಗೆ ಬಂತು. Then she flashed. When the time is right, I will come to you. Suddenly the black night showed its teeth in a flash of lightning. The storm growled from the corner of the sky, and the woman trembled in fear of some unknown danger. Here is one of the Aussies. When the time is right, who said this? B. To whom was it said? And when was it said? You see, was it said? When the time is right, I will come to you. Upaguptha. To whom was it said? To Vasavadatta. Where did he say? When was it said? She has requested to him, please come to my house. Then Upaguptha said to this sentence, when the time is right, I will come to you. See, repeat once again, read this for you. Upaguptha, the disciple of Buddha, lay asleep on the dust by the city wall of Mathura. Lamps were all out, doors were all shut, and stars were all hidden by the murky sky of August. Whose feet were those tinkling with anklets? Touching his breast of a sudden, he woke up startled, and the light from Yakumen's lamp struck his forgiving eyes. It was a dancing girl, starred with jewels, wearing a pale blue mantle, drunk with the wine of her youth. She lowered her lamp and saw a young face, austerely beautiful. "Forgive me, young ascetic," said the woman. "Graciously come to my house. The dusty hearth is not fit bed for you." The young ascetic answered, "Woman, go on your way. When the time is right, I will come to you." Suddenly the black night showed its teeth in a flash of lightning. The storm growled from the corner of the sky, and the woman trembled in fear of some unknown danger. This is not the first unit of the poem Upaguptha. See the questions of this chapter. Why did Upaguptha wake up startled to see, touch the leg? The dancing girl was rich. Do you agree with this opinion? Justify your answer by quoting from the text. The dancing girl was rich. Do you agree? How did you agree? Rich or poor? She is rich because she wore a beautiful dress, beautiful ornaments, beautiful jewels, and the natural beauty. The Vasavadatta is a famous and beautiful dancing girl. Why do you think the ascetic and did not accept the invitation of the dancing girl? Why do you think the ascetic did not accept the invitation of the dancing girl? She did invite to him, but he was disagree. He did not agree because she is a dancing girl, but he is a ascetic. He did not go to the house of a known person. Therefore, he is refused to go to her house. The time at last has come to visit you. What do you understand by this? The time at last come to you. Visit. You see, at last come to you. ಕೊನೆಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೇನೆ ನಾನು. What do you understand? ಏನರ್ಥವಾಯಿತು ನಿಮಗೆ? So she has also suffered from unknown danger. Therefore, this part of this poem, the beautiful girl is one of the famous dancing girl. The next part is going on that end of her life. See, next going. Dear students, in the last class we have studied the story of Upaguptha. Before you read the simple story, did you know it? Buddha and Angulimala. How did the cruel person convert into a mild person? Why did he change into a mild? This person also seen Upaguptha. Do you study the first unit? Where did he sleep? What did he answer to the dancing girl Vasavadatta? what kind of dancing girl, what was her beauty, and what was his ambition, and how did he behave? How did she behave here? Do you know it? At last, the unit, please come to my house. This is not fit bed for you. But the Upaguptha is answer to her, when the time is right, I will come to you. Answer to her. Upaguptha answer to her. When the time is right, I will come to you. In the last class, should be stopped here. Next continues the story of Upaguptha. Read the poem. A year has not passed. It was evening of a day in April, in spring season. The branches of the wayside trees were full of blossom. Gay notes of the flute came floating in the warm spring air from afar. Upaguptha passed through the city gates and stood at the base of the rampart. Was that a woman lying at his feet in the shadow of the mango grove? Struck with a black pestilence her body, spotted with sores of smallpox. She was hurriedly driven away from the town to avoid her poisonous contagion. The ascetic sat by her side, took her head on his knees, and moistened her lips with water and smeared her body with sandal balm. Who are you, merciful one? Asked the woman. The time at last has come to visit you, and I am here, replied the young ascetic. The young ascetic also said this. Continues part. A year has not yet passed. ಒಂದು ವರ್ಷಗಟ್ಟಲೆ ಕಾಲ ಮುಗಿದು ಹೋಗಿದೆ. A year has passed. And after the 1 year, the story will be continued. It was evening. The time of evening. Evening, the situation of a day in April, in spring season. April, evening, April, spring season. The last class also told it, spring season. March, April is the spring season. Rainy season, winter season, summer season, also seasons are completed. Rainy, summer, winter. But the time of spring season. ಮರ ಗಿಡಗಳು ಚಿಗುರುವಂತಹ ಕಾಲವನ್ನ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಸೀಸನ್, ವಸಂತ ಋತು ಅಂತ ಕರಿತಾರೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ. ವಸಂತ ಋತು, ಎಲ್ಲ ಮರಗಳು ಕೂಡ ಚಿಗುರಿ ಚಿಮ್ಮಿ ಸುವಾಸನೆಯನ್ನು ಬೀರುವಂತಹ ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶವನ್ನು ಕೊಡುವಂತಹವುಗಳು ಮರಗಿಡಗಳು. ಸುಗಂಧ ಬೀಸುವಂತಹ ಹೂವುಗಳು, ಸುಗಂಧ ಸೂಸುವಂತಹ ಹೂವಿನ ಸಂದರ್ಭ, ಬೇವು, ಮಾವು ಮತ್ತಿತರ ಗಿಡ ಮರಗಳು ಹೊಸ ಚಿಗುರಿನಿಂದ ಕಂಗೊಳಿಸುತ್ತವೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ಹಳೆಬೇರು ಹೊಸ ಚಿಗುರು ಕೂಡಿರಲು ಮರ ಸೊಬಗು. ಹಳೆ ಬೇರುಗಳೇನು ಹೊಸದಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಮರದ ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಹೊಸದಾಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಆದರೆ ಗಿಡಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಉದುರುತ್ತವೆ, ಮರಗಿಡಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಹೊಸ ಚಿಗುರಿನಿಂದ ಕಂಗೊಳಿಸುತ್ತವೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ವಸಂತ ಕಾಲ, ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೊಮ್ಮೆ ಈ ಕಾಲ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಮರಗಿಡಗಳು ಹಚ್ಚ ಹಸಿರಿನಿಂದ ಕಂಗೊಳಿಸುತ್ತವೆ. ಆ ಸೊಬಗು ನೋಡಲು ವೈಭವೋಪೇತವಾಗಿ ಕಂಡು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಆ ವೈಭವೋಪೇತವಾಗಿ ಕಂಡು ಬರುವಂತಹ ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶ ಮರದ ನೆರಳಲ್ಲಿ ತಂಗಿದರೆ ಆಗುವಂತಹ ಸುಖ ಆನಂದ ಹೇಳಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಸಾಧ್ಯವಾದದ್ದು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಲಿವ್ ವಿತೌಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್. Trees can live without man, but man cannot live without trees. Sundarlal Boguna says this sentence. ಮರಗಿಡಗಳು ಮನುಷ್ಯನಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಬದುಕುತ್ತವೆ, ಆದರೆ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಮರಗಿಡಗಳಿಲ್ಲದೆ ಬದುಕಲು ಸಾಧ್ಯವಿಲ್ಲ. ಇದು ಮರಗಿಡಗಳಿಂದ ಸಿಗುವಂತಹ ಆನಂದ, ಸಂತೋಷ, ಆಹಾರ, ಹಣ್ಣು ಹಂಪಲುಗಳು, ಗಿಡಮರಗಳು ಕೊಡುವಂತಹ ನೆರಳು, ಆಶ್ರಯ ಮತ್ತು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಹಂತದಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಕೂಡ ನಮಗೆ ಮರಮುಟ್ಟುಗಳು ಬೇಕಾಗಿಯೇ ಇರುತ್ತವೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂದುವರೆದು ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಅರಣ್ಯಗಳು ನಮಗೆ 5 FS ಅನ್ನು ಕೊಡುತ್ತವೆ: ಫುಡ್, ಫಾಡರ್, ಫ್ಯೂಯಲ್, ಫ್ರೂಟ್ಸ್. ಹೀಗೆ ಹಲವಾರು ಸುಖ ಸಂತೋಷಗಳು ನಮಗೆ ಮರಗಳಿಂದ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಇವತ್ತು ಅರಣ್ಯವನ್ನು ಕಡಿಯದೆ ಅರಣ್ಯವನ್ನು ಬೆಳೆಸಬೇಕು, ಹಸಿರು ವನವನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಮನೆಯೂ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಗಿಡವನ್ನು ನೆಟ್ಟರೆ ಅದು ಮರವಾಗಿ ಬೆಳೆದರೆ ಊರಿಗೊಂದು, ಮನೆಗೊಂದು ಮರ, ಊರಿಗೊಂದು ವನ ಎನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಸ್ಲೋಗನ್ ಏನಿದೆ, ಆ ಸ್ಲೋಗನ್ ಇವತ್ತು ಸತ್ಯವಾದರೆ ನಾವು ಹೆಚ್ಚು ಮಳೆಯನ್ನು ಪಡೆಯಲು ಸಾಧ್ಯ, ಸುಖ ಸಮೃದ್ಧಿಯಿಂದ ಬೆಳೆಯನ್ನು ಬೆಳೆಯಲು ಸಾಧ್ಯ. ಕಾಡಿದ್ದ ನಾಡು ಮುತ್ತೈದೆ ಮುಖದಂತೆ, ಕಾಡಿದ್ದ ನಾಡು ಮುತ್ತೈದೆ ಮುಖದಂತೆ ಎನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಲೋಗನ್ ಕೂಡ ಇತ್ತೀಚೆಗೆ ಪ್ರಚಲಿತವಾಗಿದೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅರಣ್ಯವನ್ನು ಬೆಳೆಸುವುದು ನಮ್ಮ ಆದ್ಯ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯವಾಗಿದೆ ಹೊರತು ಅರಣ್ಯವನ್ನು ಕಡಿಯುವುದಲ್ಲ. ಅರಣ್ಯ ನೀತಿ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೆ, ಬಲಿತ ಹಳೆಯದಾದ ಮರಗಳನ್ನು ಕಡಿಯಬೇಕು, ಬೇಕಾಬಿಟ್ಟಿ ಮರಗಳನ್ನು ಕಡಿಯುವಂತಿಲ್ಲ, ಮತ್ತು ಕಡಿದ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊಸ ಗಿಡಗಳನ್ನು ನೆಡಬೇಕು, ಅರಣ್ಯವನ್ನು ಬೆಳೆಸಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಅರಣ್ಯ ನೀತಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಅದರ ಅಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಬದುಕಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. ಇನ್ ದ ಮಂತ್ ಆಫ್ ಏಪ್ರಿಲ್, ದ ಸೀಸನ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಪ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಸೀಸನ್, ಮರ ಗಿಡಗಳು ಚಿಗುರಿ ಕಂಗೊಳಿಸುವಂತಹ ಸನ್ನಿವೇಶದ ಒಂದು ಸಮಯ ಇದೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಆಸ್ವಾದಿಸುತ್ತೇವೆ ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷಕ್ಕೊಮ್ಮೆ. ವರ್ಷ ಮುಂದೋಗುತ್ತೆ, ಮುಗಿದೋಗುತ್ತದೆ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಮುಂದಿನ ವರ್ಷ ಹೊಸ ಚಿಗುರನ್ನ, ಹೊಸ ಹಣ್ಣನ್ನ, ಹೊಸ ಕಾಯಿ ಕಂಗೊಳಿಸುವಂತಹ ದೃಶ್ಯವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಸವಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ. The branches of the wayside trees were full of blossom, gay notes of the flute came floating in the warm spring air from afar. Branches of the wayside trees. Upaguptha is walking on the road. The waysides are growth of the mango groves and various type of trees are grows. They were full of blossomed flowers. In that area kept the sound of flute and a far off good smell. Warm spring air, warm spring air. ಬೆಚ್ಚನೆಯ ಒಂದು ವಾಸನೆ, ಮೂಗಿಗೆ ಬಡಿಯುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ವಾಸನೆ. ಎಂತಹ ವಾಸನೆ ಅದು? ಚಿಗುರಿನ ವಾಸನೆ. Whenever you observe, you see, nowadays go to the green field in your area. The frugal plants is blows the very good smell. Last ground smell. Various type of crops and trees were released the good smells. The last time I also told you about the midnight scheme.